Allah Azza wa Jal has ordered us to be dutiful to our parents, even if they are kafir. So regardless of the religion of the parent, you must be dutiful to them. Now, what is the sense of being dutiful? First of all, how important it is. Allah Azza wa Jal has combined in a number of ayahs in the Quran between Tawheed and being dutiful to your parents. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Allah has ruled that you must not worship anyone other than Him and to be dutiful and kind to your parents. How strong would you want Allah's command to be more than this? To associate it with Tawheed, which is the essence of Islam, which is the sole purpose of our existence, is to worship Allah. After that, to be dutiful to your parents. Now, Muslim families pride on having their parents and grandparents living in their homes. They fight for it. I know families, I know siblings, brothers, fighting over their mother, where to stay. Each one says, I'm worthy of her staying with me. To the extent that there was a case in court in Riyadh, where two brothers, over 70 years of age, both, went to the judge and complained that their mother should be with him. They're fighting to have their parents with them. And the people, when it comes to being dutiful to your parents, are three types. One is the person who goes out of his way to be kind, loving, and obedient. He does more than what they expect of him, and he never says anything bad to them. So this guy is the one who's dutiful. Now, who is the one who's not dutiful? The one who is not dutiful, as the scholars say, is the one who does his obligations to his parents and he does not harm them. This is the interpretation of what? People are asleep. Of being not dutiful. Did you hear me well? A person who does his obligations. I give my mother and father shelter. I give them pocket money. I put food on their table. I never insult them. I never speak rude to them. But this is it. Obligations and staying away from haram. They say he is not dutiful. The third type is the one who does not do his obligations and he's insultive. He's abusive. He raises his voice. He looks at them straight in the eye when speaking to them. You know that this is a sin. When your father or mother are speaking to you and you look them straight in the eye. So your father tells you, why did you come late yesterday? And you look at him and said, I'm a grown-up man. I can come whenever I want. This is sinful. You will go to hell because of this. So now most of us are from category number 2. We do our obligations and we don't do any sins, yet we are sinful for that. What Allah tells you to do is to be extra dutiful, extra respectful, more than what they expect from you. Then you will be fulfilling Allah's command to you. A man came to Abdullah ibn Umar, shivering, shaking out of fear, complaining to him. And he said, O companion of Allah, of the Prophet ﷺ, I did so many sins. and he thinks that these sins are major sins. So Ibn Umar asked him, are your parents alive? He said, I only have my mother, and she's with me. Ibn Umar said, are you afraid of fire? Do you love to enter paradise? By Allah, if you speak to your mother softly and feed her food, by Allah, you will enter paradise as long as you refrain from major sins. This is how the companions used to treat their parents. This is how they used to consider obeying the parents coming to hand.